What is popping, y'all? I have waited 4 fucking months to make this car review because I bought this car originally and then I did the whole paint job and then the motor blew. So I swapped another motor inside of it and I'm just waiting for it to blow. That's probably just my PTSD. We got VVTi, everything in this car works. It doesn't even have a check engine light. Even the sunroof works. All right, so just for camera purposes so it doesn't heat up, I'm gonna close this. Perfect. Slide that right there. Nice. It's okay, guys. I will rev this some, okay? I use my sister's lipstick to write all the things down, but that's what we're working with. A lot of people will not rev the damn car. In every review, I'm just like, fucking rev it. I want to hear it. So we will rev it in this video, okay? Quite a bit. We'll rev it right now. It does not have any special exhaust. It just has a muffler delete because I can't stand sports cars with stock mufflers. It's just cringe. Okay, so number 1, let's do the horsepower specs. Let's stop this real quick. Can leave it running. Can pop the hood. This has got the 2ZZGE motor. They put it in the Corolla XRS and the Matrix XRS. Pretty sure they put it in a Lotus. So these engines are just kind of loud. Not loud, but you can hear the VVTi louder here in the engine than you do in the actual back. So what VVTi is, I'll tell you that at the end. I don't even know if this is doing anything because the ECU didn't tune to this, but this car, I don't even need to ask Siri for the specs. I have searched them so many freaking times because I've owned 4 of these cars. So the horsepower specs is 180 horsepower from just this. There's no turbos or nothing. And this car weighs 2,400 pounds. So 180 horsepower, dude, does wonders for this baby. The torque specs, 133 foot-pounds of torque. I guess it doesn't really matter when the car is so light. You don't need that much torque. So the steering, we're gonna have to hop back in the car. In order to do that, please tell me this thing's still playing. It's still playing. All right, let's see if we can hit some windy roads. And guys, if you're looking at, I am not in Canada. This car is in the USA. It's in Arizona, but this car was from Canada, so it goes by kilometers. So the odometer has 257,000 kilometers on it. If you look at that in miles, that's about 158,000. So this car, well, it doesn't really matter. The trans has 158,000 miles. The motor has been swapped to about 160. It doesn't really matter. Miles don't matter with Toyota engines. How old is she? Oh, she's a mom. I mean, like, that doesn't discourage me, but she probably has a guy. Okay. So let's roll up this window just so you guys don't hear so much wind noise. You can roll up this window too. I'll sit here and bake, but, you know, just for you guys. Okay, so the steering. I thought the steering on this thing was bad, but after driving my 99 Corolla and coming back to this thing, the steering feels immaculate. But I will say, I'm going around like windy roads and like corners. I love this car, okay? I get it, but I am going to be completely honest. It does not feel good. It does not feel good. It feels like, I don't know, it's probably just me, but when I'm turning, it feels like something's going to snap, even though it's not. It feels like just something is going to break. This car was not really, this car was made definitely for just in town. It was definitely not made for track. This is just not a track car. Everything else it does great. It's really good at high speeds, and that's really, really good from, because most cars, most 4-cylinder cars, in first gear, second gear, they have the most power. Then after that, they just top out and they're just done. They just get louder. However, this thing, if you're going like 80 miles an hour and you drop it into 4th, you got power from this dinky 1.8 liter engine that revs to 8,200 RPMs. The engine in this car is just, I love it, but it is very oil picky. It is like, this thing needs to have oil. It needs to have a full amount of oil. If it's running on half oil, that's okay, but a quarter oil, this thing will start bitching out. It really will. G35, what up, dude? 2 cut. So as far as steering goes, the steering is very good, but not so much for, if you want a steering car, the 350Z, dude, is just like, its steering's immaculate, dude, for the turning. You can feel, okay, talking too much about the Z. Get back to the Celica. Shifting. We have a manual transmission! So I'm not gonna sit here and review the automatic. Well, the automatic's pretty good. You put your foot down and the gear shift. This is not bad. The shifter in this is one of the best I've ever felt. It feels like something is disconnected slightly because it shifts so smooth. I don't know why. It does grind in fourth and second, but if you slow shift, it doesn't. That's just what these cars do, guys. When you have a grind, do not feel bad. Don't feel like your transmission's going out. It'll grind like that for an easy 30,000 miles until you probably start having problems. I've had multiple of these. All 4 of them have grounding gears, but it is not. There's nothing wrong with your transmission, okay? The grinding is slightly satisfying, okay? So shifting, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 of any cars. The Miata, it doesn't shift as well as Miata, but I do not like how mechanical the Miata feels, okay? I'm gonna get roasted for that, I know that, but this car's shifting is just, it's butter. It's definitely butter. All right, guys, I tried to do looks on this thing, but my fucking phone overheated because it's just a shit setup. So I'm gonna keep the window down just so it can cool the damn thing off because it's such a bitch. You can see I'm a little bit annoyed right now, but look, so far with this car, we're gonna do a solid 8. This car comes stock. This car stock definitely looks like a 6 because the wing just looks like garbage and the side skirts are garbage and the front bumper's garbage. But with the front bumper, the aftermarket side skirts, aftermarket wing, fire, the white rims makes the black really pop. And guys, this paint job is it's a $40 paint job. I just put a can on it, but it doesn't matter, okay? As long as you like it. Everyone else in the world could hate it, but if you truly love your car and you get out of it and you walk away and you stop and then you look back at it, that's all that counts, is that you like your car, okay? So I'm gonna go looks, a solid 8 with the sunroof up, 8.5. Also, let's do a quick sound test on this girl. I save all the last. TBH, yo fam, the sound isn't that great, even though it's like, I put a lot of work into this car, but I'm still gonna give you an honest review. The 350Z sounds better. The 2ZZGE probably would sound a lot better with an aftermarket exhaust, with the stock exhaust. It definitely sounds better than probably a gutted Civic, but I give it a 6. Honestly, it doesn't sound that good. All right, please don't overheat, phone. We got last 3. We got drift, comfort, 0 to 60, and a fun fact. We got 4 more. All right, let's do comfort. Is this car comfortable? Yes, it is. I did a bad review of a 2003 Focus ZTS, whatever the hell that car is. The comfortability is shit. This thing, I give it a 7. It is the GTS, so it stands for Grand Touring Sport. So the GT is Grand Touring, so it means for long trips. So yes, even though this thing has leather seats, it is very comfortable. The seating position is very comfortable. You could travel 200 miles before you start getting uncomfortable. And I still haven't gotten uncomfortable. Hoping this window isn't too loud. I'm just trying to get some damn airflow inside this thing. All right, 0 to 60. We got to do a drift into 0 to 60. Let's do the 0 to 60 test first, because that's takes a little bit of maneuvering with considering I am on public highways, if you know what I'm saying. Let's get a little bit of the steering action, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, and here's our turn. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh man, we got some sweet intake sounds. I forgot to say that. So intake sounds when you put an aftermarket intake on your car, and it makes this sound that I'm not even gonna try to explain and look like a dipshit, but it sounds like a spadoosh. That's all I can say. It sounds like a spadoosh. Oh, did you guys hear it? Mother! All right, you're good, bro. No hard feelings. I was driving a little quick. right, let's go. Let's stop right here and let this bro pass to do a quick 0 to 60. Hey guys, so it overheated again. So I don't know actually how much of that I got. So I'm just trying to keep my words to a minimum. With the remaining 10 minutes of film I have, so this bitch doesn't overheat, let's try to get this done. Yeah. Not perks to swapping your engine is that you blow all your Freon and then you don't fill it back up. All right, let's do this. Let's make some neighbors mad. Let's make some bad decision. I take the dust like a night, like we're gonna die young. Okay. Let's take this straightaway right here. Now, the best thing about this is you don't have to feel like you're going fast for too long because this baby accelerates. Let's do a 0 to 60 test. Hold up, let's go.
Hard brake detected.
Shut the fuck up. Let's do this. Shit, there's a car coming, isn't there? Let's do a 0 to 60 test in 3. Hold up, make sure you guys can see the gauges. Yeah, you guys can see them. You should be able to see them. All right, if you guys can't see them, let me know. You guys can't, let me know. All right, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Oh my gosh, dude. Breathe on me the second I got hit. Okay, I'm gonna probably have to start filming these videos with a GoPro because it's just less of a bitch. So I got the sunroof open, I got the fucking window open, I got the other fucking window open. That way, nothing is gonna overheat. So let's try this 0 to 60 test again, bitch. Let's just video it in 0.5 and let's see if we can get it from there, okay? Let's just literally start a 0 to 60 test right now. All right, 0 to 60, let's go. Seconds maybe. Somebody tell me, okay, if you guys can see the gauges, let me know, okay? I just don't have no equipment. I got the stupid phone that keeps overheating. Fuck me. I gotta get like a GoPro that videos the gauges and shit like that, but I don't. So yeah, let's have these people pass so we can do the drift test. All right, the 0 to 60 on this thing is really, really good, guys. It's at least 7 seconds. The paper time is 6.6, but I don't know if we're ever getting that without Michelin 2s, perfect heat, blah, blah, blah. What up, bro? Bro was looking at me like he wanted to eat me. Yo, what's up, W boy? Hey, they seem chill. All right. This is a moment. Can the GTS Celica drift? Hell yeah. Woo! Woo! Let's try not to do too much of that, because this is a suburb area, but let's see if we can do one more of that. Let's see, is there nobody there? Is there nobody there? There's a stop sign, ladies and gentlemen. Find a turn here. We're probably, there's got to be at least one person that's calling the cops. Got a turn here. Let's pretend like we're turning here like nothing's happening. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, just a normal ass day. Oh, that's so bad, but we shouldn't do that, but I just did. And everyone's gonna tell you the same thing. There's kids in this area, you can't be. Hey, listen. I'm paying attention to kids, okay? I'm paying attention, okay? If there's a human being on the side of the road, I would put my brakes on, bro. Oh, you can hear those intake sounds. Okay, guys, so long story short, yes, this car can drift. And a fun fact about this car that I guys probably already told you, this car has VTEC. VTEC, it's called VVTi. It's Toyota's version of VTEC because they loved it so much. They knew this car wouldn't sell unless they put it in it. So they're like, hey, Honda, can we steal your idea, but just call it VVTi? And they were like, yeah, sure, for 1.5 billion. I don't know the numbers of it, but they stole Honda's thing 100% and everybody knows it. but still, it cracks hard in this baby. Some people say, oh, my Honda has VTEC. It doesn't have VTEC, okay? There's very few Hondas that have VTEC. There's about a handful of them. Everyone says, oh, the Honda Accord has, it doesn't have VTEC. If you say, I'm pretty sure it has it, it doesn't have it. The Honda S2000 has it. The Acura RSX Type S, the Acura RSX Sport does not have it, okay? It doesn't have it. How you doing, man? It does not have it. The S2000 has it. The Integra Type R, the Integra GSR, there's probably about 3 others that I'm missing, but those have VTEC. Do not tell me your dumb sedan Accord has VTEC. It doesn't. I don't know why I'm going on a rant about that. Wait for pilot car. Awesome. How's it going, bro? Hey, man, if it makes it easier, I can go this way. Okay. All right. Appreciate you, bro. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. You looked at me like you wanted to kill me. So yeah, guys, that was the review of the 2000 Celica. Yeah, there's the cops, but they're not here for me. That was the review of the 2000 GTS Celica, and everybody knows to subscribe and turn on the bell. Your boy Landon's out. What's that? You want me to e-brake it?
Hey, there's a cop right here on the left.
Yeah, I would if it wasn't. All right, we're good, we're good. What's up? Yeah.